Hello everyone, welcome to today's challenge. So today what we are trying to do is replace with alphabet position. So I'm just going to say train and we can read the question a bit better. Okay, so replace with alphabet position. What exactly is this? In this kata, you're required to, given a string, replace every letter with its position in the alphabet. If anything in the text isn't a letter, ignore it, don't return it. Okay, so if you give A, then you return 1. If you give B, you return 2. It seems pretty simple. Okay, so you're given a string of characters, and then you need to return a string replacing the character with position. What about the space? Then, okay, if something isn't a letter, then you need to ignore it. So anything that is not a space, that is this quotation or the full stop or anything, you need to ignore that, right? Okay, how do you return this? Okay. So return, first what you need to do is go through the string. Next, what you need to do is replace that character by the position, right? Position of the character in alphabet. And something, if character isn't A to Z, then we ignore it, right? Let's just store this in something called as result. Then we return result. Okay. Before we go through the string, for simplicity's sake, let us just, because they haven't really told us that for capital letter you need to do something else, for small letter you need to do something else, right? So let us just convert everything into lowercase, right? The string itself, convert text to lowercase, and after that we replace everything and then we return result. Okay, so this is the method we will take. But for us to replace something with its alphabet name, what we can do is either we can have an array, not an array, an object that says A of 1, B of 2, and so on up to 26, which is going to be tedious. Or what we can use is we can use Ascii values of the characters, right? So this is what we are going to do. Let us say Ascii values of A to Z. It's going to be the same in JavaScript as well, right? So this is the ASCII value. So the first letter is 9. First ASCII code is 97, right? So what we can do to get 1 over here is 97 minus 96, right? So 96 will be our base. So any of these numbers minus 96 will give us the position of this character at that, in the alphabet, right? So what I'm trying to say is, say for example, we have let test equal to 8. Okay. Now there is something called as character code, right? Character code at JavaScript, right? So what we can do is we can use this. So if it is a string, let's say ABC, and then we say character code at 0. So test dot character code at 0. So let's just console log this. Console.log So we need to get 97 as our answer. Let's just see this, if this works. Yep, we get 97. So how do we get the position of A, right? So to get the position of A, what we can do is we can say test dot character of whatever, right? Like let's say position equal to so and so minus 96. And then we log position, right? Now we need to get 1 as the answer. Yes, perfect. So we can do this and we can have an I over here, right? So character coded I, where I will run from, I will be, what do you say? The iteration value through this string, right? Whatever the test string is. So what we need to do is for let I equal to 0, I less than whatever that string is, test dot length and I plus plus. And we are going to say, instead of position, we are going to have an array which is empty at the moment. And then we get the position, right? Let position equal to 0, and then position is so and so. Whatever the position of the text, I mean the string, right? We get that over here. And then we minus it. Once we get the position, we need to append it to our array. So resulting of I equal to position, right? But before calculating the character code, we need to check if it is an alphabet. If it is not an alphabet, then we need to ignore it, right? So we can use regex. First, as I told you, we need to convert the string into a lowercase. So let's just do that. So text is equal to text dot to lower string, no, lowercase. I hope that is the thing. To lowercase. Yep, that is correct. So we converted that. So let's just test this out, right? Let's just console.log result to see if everything works out. Like now what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to print out the entire string, including the white space and everything. Right. What happened? Reference error test is not defined. Why? Oh, it's text. Where is test? And here as well, text dot character code. None. Why is it returning none? We don't need none, right? Is this returning the number? Let's just see this. Why is it returning none? We don't need to do this plus equal to, right? We're not trying to add anything. Yep. So this works out. Only thing is, if you notice, there are these unwanted characters, right? We don't need that. So we need, let's just use regex. Regex. So we need, let's just take a test string from here. And we just need to select the A to Z characters, right? anything like A to Z. That's all, correct? We don't need anything else. Can it have 0 or more? Yeah, I think we need to do 0 or more. Yeah, this works out. We can have 1 or more, or it needs to have 0 and 1. No, let's not have 0 and 1. We need 1 or more, or 0 or more. Yeah, this should work out. So we will take that pattern and say once we convert that, we say text is no. Let pattern equal to match of so and so. And how do we run regex on JavaScript? I have no idea. Leave this. I mean, leave that page, right? Regex JavaScript. Leave this page, please. Variable pattern, okay. str.match. Okay. So let text equal to str.match pattern. Instead of str, we need text. I'm just going to console log this to see if we are getting everything instead of text has already been declared. Yeah. The sunset sets. Oh. Okay, so we got this. Instead, let's just do this. So we get 0 or more. So we get, yep, this works perfectly for us, right? So now once we do that, what we need to do here is go over here and say if text of I equal to null, like if there is nothing, then you just continue. Else you perform this, right? Now let's just say this. Character code is not a function. Why did that break all of a sudden? What we can do is take this out, and say if it is not equal to, then do this. Unexpected token. Where do you have an unexpected token? At script 7.
One eternity later.
You know what, this is bad. We're just going to say not equal to over here, right? It's just horrible way of doing things. I'm just going to rewrite this loop. Like, let me take this out and see if that has to do something with this. It has nothing to do with that. I am not closing the function. Okay, so here we need to add that if we need to close this. Come on. Character code is not function. Why? Okay. Type of CO and I'm just going to take this out and I'm going to convert this whole thing to a string, right? Because this might be of type array. Type of text. Let's just see what is this. It is an object. I don't need an object. What I need is a string. So dot to string. Will this work? I have no idea. It kind of worked. 20 is fine. Then we have a 52, which is not fine. Do we have an 8? Yes, we have an 8. Why is there a minus 52 everywhere? Then something is being read, right? There is minus 52 everywhere. So let's just console log our text to see what exactly is happening. The join. I mean, there is this comma, right? Let's just take that out. How do you take it out? ToString. Do we have a separator in ToString? Do we have a separator? String or ToString? No, we don't have a separator. So instead of worrying too much, let's just say if it is that or text dot whatever is not equal to or comma, right? And also if you notice we do not have empty spaces. So at this point of time we can remove this. And let's just say that and test it out. We don't need an empty item, right? You don't need an empty item. So what is happening is this is working out, but for this I, right? What is happening? I know what is happening. So for each iteration, it's fine. But when we have a comma, then what is happening is that is being skipped and it is going to the next one. So we have an empty item over here. How to remove commas, right? I mean, in the join method, can we just use join method? I am not sure if we can just use join method. Can you do this? I'm not sure. seriously. CONSOL. We can do a join method. So now we don't need this at all because we do not have an empty whatever, right? Let's just test this out and we get so and so. Now what we need to do is result.join on space. Have space as your separator, right? 28, blah, blah, blah. This is our result. So we need to return this not console log. Perfect. Yep, and that works. So yeah, that was kind of easy. I did miss a few things, but we eventually debugged it and we solved it, right? I'm just going to attempt this. And yes, everything works out. Perfect. Cool. So let's just submit it and see what other people have done, right? All right. So what this person has done, return text dot to uppercase. Okay, he has converted it to uppercase. Then he has done the match again, right? The pattern matching, and then he has mapped it. So what map does it? It returns a new string. I mean, you are right? Minus 64. So he has used uppercase, so the base would be 64. I have used lowercase, so the base for me would be 96, right? And then he has joined it on the empty space. Perfect. So he has done the same logic, but in a very short form, I would say. I have done it in a very self-explanatory, elaborated form so that it's easier for us to read, right? So this is perfect. Exactly the same thing that I did. This person has done the same thing again. Okay, so he's checking only for alphabets by using the character code. So if character code of something is in between the alphabet, like if it lies between the alphabet range, then you go forward, or else you don't go forward, right? So that is also a cool way of doing it. Yeah, most of them have used regular expressions because it's just easier that way, right? Yep. So that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next one.